When we talk about the wealthiest families in Asia, the Philippines has its own share of powerful dynasties that shape the nation. In this video, we'll uncover the families whose immense fortunes have made them the true influencers behind the country's economy and lifestyle. These are the families that don't just own businesses, they own legacies. Let us start with the Cojuangco family, who are worth $1 billion. The Cojuangco family is one of the most powerful and influential dynasties in the Philippines, their wealth woven deeply into the country's economy. At the helm of this empire was Eduardo Danding Cojuangco, a tycoon who transformed San Miguel Corporation into a colossal powerhouse with stakes in food, beverages, infrastructure, and energy. Under his leadership, the family's wealth ballooned, earning them a coveted place among the nation's richest. But wealth for the Cojuangcos is more than just numbers, it's a lifestyle. Picture sprawling estates, nestled in Manila's exclusive Forbes Park, where opulence meets tranquility, shielded from the outside world. These are not just homes, but grand residences filled with art, designer furnishings, and a quiet air of exclusivity. They travel the world in private jets, stay in the finest resorts, and indulge in the most luxurious experiences. From Michelin-starred dining to high-end fashion shopping sprees, the younger generation, like Dominique Cojuangco, showcases a modern flair for luxury. As a socialite and entrepreneur, she blends the family's legacy with contemporary style, living a life adorned with designer brands and elite events. Her ventures into fashion and beauty, paired with her large social media following, reflect the family's continued influence in both business and culture. Yet, the Cojuangcos aren't just about luxury. Their quiet philanthropic efforts reveal a deep-rooted sense of responsibility. They've made significant donations to educational institutions and religious organizations, solidifying their influence as not just business leaders, but patrons of society. Politically, the family's reach is profound. Danding's presidential run and the political legacy of their cousins, the Aquinos, show that the Cojuangcos don't just control business, they help shape the nation. In essence, the Cojuangco family moves through life with a rare blend of power and privilege, where wealth is the backdrop to a life defined by influence. From the boardrooms of San Miguel to the halls of power, they live a life few can even imagine, a life where luxury isn't just enjoyed, it's a given. Next up, the Poe family, $1.6 billion. The Poe family's journey from humble beginnings to becoming one of the wealthiest business dynasties in the Philippines is nothing short of remarkable. It all began with Ricardo Poe Sr., a visionary entrepreneur who saw an opportunity to introduce affordable, high-quality canned tuna to the Filipino market. What started as a simple idea in the late 1970s would soon become Century Pacific Food, Inc., a name that resonates with almost every household across the country. Imagine the rise of Century Tuna, a product that quickly became a staple in Filipino pantries, and from there, the Poe family's empire only grew. Their business acumen wasn't just about selling tuna, it was about expanding their footprint, diversifying their portfolio, and tapping into markets nobody had yet imagined. Soon, Century Pacific wasn't just synonymous with canned seafood, it had branched out into canned meat, dairy, and even coconut products, all under a multitude of beloved brands like Argentina corned beef, 555 Sardinas, and Angel evaporated milk. These brands didn't just fill shelves, they fed millions, establishing the Poe family as leaders in the food manufacturing industry. With the company's massive success, the family's wealth swelled to the billions. Ricardo Poe Sr., who had once struggled through hardships in his early life, was now listed among the richest individuals in the Philippines by Forbes. Although Ricardo passed away in 2021, his legacy lives on through his children, particularly Christopher Poe, who now leads the family business with the same visionary zeal. Under his guidance, Century Pacific continues to expand both locally and internationally, cementing the Poe family's place at the top. Behind the scenes, however, the Poe family enjoys the kind of luxuries that come with such monumental success. They own prime properties in the most exclusive neighborhoods of Metro Manila, luxurious estates tucked away from the public eye, a testament to their quiet yet significant presence in the country's elite circles. Their wealth affords them the luxury of private jets, whisking them away to exotic locations around the world, where they stay in the finest resorts and indulge in the most exquisite experiences that money can buy. Yet, what's fascinating about the Poe family is their humility. Despite their towering success, they've always managed to keep a low profile. They aren't seen flashing their wealth in the public eye, but quietly enjoy the fruits of their labor. Their philanthropic endeavors, too, reflect a deep sense of responsibility. The Po family has long been involved in initiatives aimed at improving food security and education, giving back to the communities that helped build their empire. In the world of Filipino business dynasties, the Po family stands out, not just for their immense wealth, but for their understated approach to success. They move in silence, but their influence is felt in every can of tuna, every bottle of milk, and every box of coconut products sold across the nation and beyond. Another prominent family in the Philippines is the Cui family, worth 1.7 billion. The Cui family's story is one of humble beginnings, transformed into one of the most influential empires in the Philippines. It all started in 1945 with Mariano Cui, a man of vision and determination. Armed with only a pushcart and a few bottles of medicine, he set up a small pharmacy in Manila, selling essential medicines at a time when post-war Filipinos desperately needed access to affordable health care. From that single storefront, Mariano Cui built Mercury Drug, which would soon become the largest drugstore chain in the Philippines. Fast forward to today, and that small venture has exploded into a sprawling empire, with thousands of outlets dotting the country. At the helm of this massive success is Mariano's daughter, Vivian Quiscona. Now serving as president, she and her siblings have taken up the mantle, steering Mercury Drug into modern times while maintaining its original mission of providing Filipinos with easy access to medicine. Imagine the scale of this achievement. Millions of Filipinos relying on Mercury Drug for their health and wellness needs. From pharmaceuticals to vitamins and wellness products, the Cui family has left an indelible mark on the country's healthcare landscape. Vivian Quiscona is not just a businesswoman. She is a steward of a legacy that impacts the everyday lives of people across the nation. The wealth accumulated through Mercury Drug is immense. Forbes consistently lists the Cui family among the richest in the Philippines, with their fortune estimated in the billions of pesos. But what sets the Cui family apart is their low-key approach to wealth. Unlike many other business dynasties, the Cui family shuns the spotlight. You won't see Vivian Quiscona and her siblings parading their wealth on social media or at high society events. They prefer to keep their luxuries private, living quietly in some of the most exclusive neighborhoods in Metro Manila. Of course, their success affords them the lifestyle that comes with extreme wealth, grand estates, high-end travel, and the finest comforts money can buy. Yet behind their wealth is a family deeply rooted in service. The Cui family has always focused on philanthropy, particularly in healthcare and education. In line with Mariano Cui's legacy, they quietly fund initiatives that improve the lives of Filipinos, often without seeking recognition. Their story is a powerful reminder that great success can come from humble beginnings, and that even in the world of billionaires, some families prefer to let their legacy speak louder than their lifestyle. Through Mercury Drug, the Cui family has not only amassed incredible wealth, but also built a business that serves as the heartbeat of Filipino healthcare. The Tan family, $1.8 billion. The Tan family's wealth is a story of remarkable vision, bold moves, and incredible growth. Andrew Tan, the patriarch, started from humble beginnings, arriving in the Philippines from China and living in modest conditions. But with an unyielding drive, he built an empire that spans real estate, liquor, hospitality, and fast food, positioning his family among the richest in the country. At the heart of their fortune is Megaworld Corporation, the company that transformed Manila's skyline with iconic townships like Eastwood City and McKinley Hill. These developments aren't just buildings. They are thriving communities where people live, work, and play, anchoring the family's immense wealth in prime real estate. The Tan family's wealth multiplied with the acquisition of Emperador Inc. Logically, Andrew Tan turned into the world's largest brandy company. This venture, coupled with the purchase of Spain's Fundador, placed the family on the global map. Their ventures also extended into luxury hospitality, with Resorts World Manila, blending high-end entertainment and tourism into the family's growing empire. Through their holding company, Alliance Global Group, the Tan family expanded into fast food, securing a major stake in McDonald's Philippines, ensuring a constant flow of revenue across industries. This diverse portfolio continues to fuel their billions. Yet despite their immense fortune, the Tan family maintains a low profile. Despite their immense fortune, the Tan family keeps a relatively low profile. They enjoy the privileges that come with wealth, lavish properties, and exclusive access, yet they remain focused on their business empire. Through strategic moves and resilient leadership, Lucio Tan has ensured that his family's wealth will endure, growing with every investment. Their fortune is not just about money, but about influence, power, and an empire that continues to shape the Philippine economy. Tony Tan Chacong and family. $2.9 billion. Tony Tan Chacong's rise to wealth began with a small ice cream parlor in Quezon City in 1975. But when customers started asking for more than just desserts, Tony made a bold move. He added hot meals like burgers, spaghetti, and fried chicken to the menu. That decision transformed the humble shop into Jollibee, a brand that would capture the hearts of Filipinos everywhere. With its unique take on fast food, Jollibee soon grew into a nationwide sensation, even surpassing global giants like McDonald's in the local market. Driven by Tony's vision, Jollibee expanded globally, opening outlets in the US, the Middle East, and across Asia. Today, Jollibee Foods Corporation stands as one of the largest fast food chains in the world. With thousands of stores and a portfolio that includes Burger King, Philippines, Chowking, and Mang Inasal, the Tan Chacong family's wealth, now in the billions, reflects not only Jollibee's success, but also their strategic expansion into new ventures. Despite their immense fortune, the family remains humble, using their influence to give back through the Jollibee Group Foundation, which supports feeding programs and disaster relief. Their story is a testament to how vision and perseverance can create a global empire from the simplest beginnings. Isidro Kansunji and siblings, $3.4 billion. The Kansunji family's rise to wealth is a story of vision and grit, beginning with David M. Kansunji, a man who transformed a small contracting firm in 1954 into DMCI Holdings, one of the Philippines' largest construction companies. From building roads and low-cost housing, David's company went on to shape the nation's landscape with iconic bridges, power plants, and luxury developments, earning him the title Father of Philippine Construction. When David passed away in 2017, his son Isidro Sid Kansunji stepped up to lead the family empire along with his siblings. Under Sid's leadership as chairman and CEO, DMCI Holdings continued to thrive, expanding into power generation and mining through Semirara Mining and Power Corporation, the country's largest coal producer, and taking a strong position in water distribution with Maynilad Water Services. The Kansunji family's fortune, ranked among the top in the Philippines by Forbes, is built on these strategic ventures in construction, energy, and real estate. Yet despite their billions, the family remains low profile, quietly supporting educational and health initiatives across the country. Their story is one of legacy and leadership, a testament to how a humble beginning can evolve into an empire that shapes a nation. The Ang family, $3.8 billion. The wealth of the Ang family is built on the bold vision and strategic brilliance of Ramon Ang, a man who transformed a humble start into a vast empire. His journey began in the automotive industry, where he made his mark selling luxury cars. But his true fortune was built when he became close to Eduardo Danding Cojuangco, the man behind San Miguel Corporation, SMC. That relationship set the foundation for what would become a defining chapter in the Ang family's rise to immense wealth. Ramon Ang took the reins at SMC and revolutionized the company. Once famous for its beer and food products, under Ang's leadership, it became a sprawling conglomerate with interests in power generation, infrastructure, toll roads, oil refining, and airports. Every bold move expanded the Ang family's influence and fortune, turning San Miguel into an industrial powerhouse that touches almost every part of the Philippine economy. But the Ang family's wealth isn't limited to SMC. Through Eagle Cement, Ramon Ang carved out another lucrative venture, establishing the company as one of the top cement producers in the country. With billions in assets, the Ang family quietly enjoys the luxuries their wealth affords, while remaining committed to giving back through philanthropic efforts in education and healthcare. The Ang family's fortune is not just about wealth, it's about shaping industries and building a legacy that will endure for generations. The Villa family, $10.9 billion. The Villa family's immense wealth is a story of grit, vision, and a relentless drive to succeed. Manny Villa, the man behind the fortune, began his journey in Tondo, Manila, one of the most impoverished areas in the Philippines. From humble beginnings, selling seafood at the local market, he built a real estate empire that would transform his family's future. Villa saw an opportunity in affordable housing for the growing middle class, and with that insight, Camilla Homes was born. This small venture grew into Vistaland and Lifescapes, which today is one of the largest real estate companies in the country, building homes, malls, and townships that cater to millions. But the Villa family's wealth extends beyond real estate. Manny Villa expanded into retail with all-home and all-day supermarkets, creating a diversified empire that touches multiple sectors. Forbes regularly ranks the villas among the richest in the Philippines, with billions to their name. Despite their immense fortune, the Villa family remains connected to their roots, always reflecting on Manny's journey from Tondo to success. Through the Villa Sipag Foundation, they are committed to giving back, focusing on poverty reduction and education. Their wealth is not just about luxury, it's about building a legacy that impacts future generations. The Rizon family, $11.1 billion. The Rizon family's wealth is a story of bold ambition and global dominance, driven by Enrique Rizon Jr.'s relentless vision. What began as a small port operation founded by his grandfather in the 1930s has grown into a global empire through International Container Terminal Services, Inc. (ICTSI), now one of the world's largest port operators. Under Enrique's leadership, ICTSI manages terminals across Asia, Europe, Africa, and the Americas, solidifying the Rizon family's place among the world's elite. But Enrique Rizon Jr. didn't stop at ports. He took the family's fortune to new heights by diversifying into hospitality and gaming with Bloomberry Resorts and launching Soler Resort and Casino, a luxury entertainment hub in Manila. His ventures into energy through prime infrastructure with a focus on renewable energy showcase his forward-thinking approach to sustainable wealth generation. With billions in assets, the Rizon family enjoys a life of luxury, though Enrique prefers to remain out of the spotlight. Their influence, however, is impossible to ignore. Through the Enrique K. Rizon Foundation, they give back to the nation, supporting education, public health, and disaster relief. The Rizon family's fortune is built on innovation, strategy, and a legacy that will shape industries and economies for generations to come. The Sy siblings, $13 billion. This is the richest family in the Philippines. The Sy siblings inherited more than just a vast fortune. They inherited the legacy of their father, Henry Sui Sr., the man who turned a small shoe store in Manila into the sprawling SM Investments Corporation. After Henry's passing in 2019, his 6 children, Teresita, Elizabeth, Henry Jr., Hans, Herbert, and Harley, took over the reins of the family empire, and they've continued to grow it beyond what anyone could have imagined. The Sy family is now synonymous with the country's biggest malls, with SM Prime Holdings dominating the retail landscape across the Philippines and even in China. The siblings are also at the helm of Banco de Oro, BDO, the largest bank in the country, making the Sy name a fixture in both real estate and finance. Their wealth, which runs into the billions, consistently places them at the top of Forbes' list of the richest families in the Philippines. Yet, despite their immense fortune, the Sy siblings maintain a low-key lifestyle focusing on expanding their father's vision. Through the SM Foundation, they invest heavily in education and healthcare, ensuring their wealth makes a meaningful impact. The Sy family's story is one of quiet power, shaping a nation's economy while quietly giving back to its people. If you found this video interesting and would love to watch more videos about wealthy families, be sure to like and subscribe. They live in luxury, own lavish properties, and travel the world, but they let their businesses and investments speak louder than their lifestyle. The Tan family's wealth isn't just about money, it's a legacy of transforming industries, shaping cities, and building a financial empire that will impact generations to come. The Thai family, $1.8 billion. The Thai family's story is one of quiet power, built on the vision of their patriarch, George Thai. Imagine a young man in 1962, just 29 years old, daring to establish Metrobank at a time when the Philippine banking industry was dominated by older, more established players. Yet George Thai, with his sharp business instincts and relentless determination, turned Metrobank into one of the largest and most successful financial institutions in the country. It wasn't just about building a bank, it was about shaping an empire. Over the years, George Thai expanded beyond banking, branching into real estate, insurance, energy, and even the automotive industry. His vision was always focused on growth, diversification, and leaving a lasting legacy for his family. And when he passed away in 2018, his children, Arthur, Alfred, and Jeanette, Alessandra, and Anson, did more than just inherit their father's empire. They embraced it. guiding it into the future with the same determination and business savvy that George had instilled in them. Arthur Tai, now the chairman of Metrobank, continues to steer the financial giant towards success, ensuring it remains one of the most stable and profitable banks in the country. Meanwhile, Alfred Tai oversees Federal Land, the family's real estate arm, responsible for developing some of the most luxurious properties in Metro Manila. Under Alfred's leadership, Federal Land has reshaped the urban landscape, creating high-end residential towers, commercial hubs, and sprawling urban developments. But the Tai family's influence doesn't stop there. Through GT Capital Holdings, they've extended their reach into multiple industries. They have a major stake in Toyota Motor Philippines, the country's leading automotive brand, and their ventures into energy and insurance with companies like AXA Philippines further solidify their grip on the nation's key sectors. Despite their immense wealth, measured in billions of dollars, the Tai siblings are known for their low-key, understated presence. They don't flaunt their fortune. Instead, they channel their energy into growing the family empire, making strategic decisions that continue to elevate their businesses to new heights. Behind closed doors, they live a life of luxury, owning homes in exclusive enclaves and enjoying the finest things life has to offer. But in public, they are all about business, focused, determined, and carrying forward the legacy their father began. The Tai family's wealth is not just a product of numbers. It is a story of vision, hard work, and a relentless pursuit of excellence. From Metrobank to real estate, from cars to insurance, the Tais have built a financial fortress that doesn't just secure their future, but continues to shape the landscape of Philippine business. It's a legacy that, much like their father's quiet power, speaks volumes without the need for words. Lance Gokong and siblings, $1.9 billion. The Gokong family's rise to immense wealth began with John Gokong Jr., a man whose life started in hardship. After losing his father and the family fortune, young John took to the streets of Cebu, selling goods to support his family. From those humble beginnings, he built JG Summit Holdings, one of the Philippines' largest conglomerates. Today, Lance Gokong, along with his siblings Rabina, Faith, Hope, Lisa, and Marcia, leads the vast empire their father built. Lance, as CEO, oversees a business empire that spans everything from food and beverages through Universal Rabina Corporation, makers of Jack and Jill snacks and C2 green tea, to budget airlines, Cebu, Pacific Air, real estate under Robinson's Land, and telecommunications via major stakes in PLDT. The Gokong Way have their hand in almost every major sector in the Philippines. Despite their vast fortune, the Gokong family remains humble, staying out of the spotlight while managing billions of dollars in assets. Their legacy is not just built on business success. Through the Gokongji Brothers Foundation, they focus on giving back to society, particularly in education. It's a story of resilience, vision, and enduring impact. The Aboitiz family, $2.2 billion. The Aboitiz family's journey, from humble beginnings to becoming one of the Philippines' wealthiest and most influential families, is a tale of vision and persistence. It all began with Paulino Aboitiz, a Spanish immigrant who arrived in the Philippines over a century ago. Starting with a small abaca, trading and shipping business in Cebu, Paulino laid the foundation for what would become Aboitiz Equity Ventures, AEV, a powerhouse in industries like power, banking, agribusiness, and real estate. Today, the Aboitiz empire is best known for Aboitiz Power, one of the largest energy providers in the country, fueling the growth of cities and industries. Their banking arm, Union Bank, leads in innovation, pioneering digital transformation in finance. Through Pilmico Foods, the family feeds millions of Filipinos daily, while Aboitiz Land transforms urban landscapes with its industrial and residential developments. But the Aboitiz family is as committed to philanthropy as they are to business. Through the Aboitiz Foundation, they champion causes in education, environmental sustainability, and social development, always striving to give back to the nation that has supported their rise. Their story is one of enduring success, driven by a deep sense of responsibility to both business and society. Lucio and Susan Co., $2.3 billion. Lucio and Susan Co.'s rise to wealth began with a single bold idea: making everyday essentials affordable for the masses. In 1998, they opened the first Pure Gold Price Club store, targeting budget-conscious Filipinos. What started as a small venture quickly snowballed into one of the largest supermarket chains in the Philippines. Today, Pure Gold is a household name with hundreds of stores nationwide, cementing the Coe family's place among the country's wealthiest. But Lucio Coe didn't stop at retail. Behind the scenes, he quietly expanded their empire, investing in real estate, hospitality and food production through Costco Capital and Da Vinci Capital. Each strategic move added billions to the family's fortune, solidifying their influence across multiple industries. Despite their immense wealth, the Coe family remains low-key, allowing their businesses to speak for themselves. They enjoy the luxuries of their success, lavish properties, exclusive travel, but keep their public presence understated. Through quiet philanthropy, they give back, supporting various causes without seeking attention. Their journey is one of vision and smart decisions, turning a simple supermarket chain into a sprawling business empire that continues to shape the lives of millions of Filipinos. Jaime Zobel de Ayala and family, $2.6 billion. The Zobel de Ayala family's story is one of enduring power and vision, a dynasty that has shaped the Philippines for more than 180 years. Jaime Zobel de Ayala, the family patriarch, took the reins of Ayala Corporation and turned it into a sprawling empire that touches nearly every part of Filipino life. From the towering skyscrapers of Makati, the country's financial capital, to Bonifacio Global City, their real estate ventures have transformed the urban landscape. Under Jaime's leadership, Ayala Corporation didn't just dominate real estate. The family expanded into banking with BPI, reshaped telecommunications with Globe Telecom, and invested heavily in healthcare and renewable energy. Today, his sons, Jaime Augusto and Fernando Zobel de Ayala, lead the charge, steering the family's vast wealth into the future. But it's not just about their financial empire. The Zobel de Ayala family is known for their humility and quiet philanthropy. Through the Ayala Foundation, they invest in education, culture, and sustainable development, giving back to the nation that has supported them. Their legacy isn't just about wealth, it's about shaping the Philippines for generations to come, a story of influence, responsibility, and visionary leadership. The Tan family, $2.7 billion. The Tan family's wealth is a story of relentless ambition, built by Lucio Tan, one of the most powerful business magnates in the Philippines. From humble beginnings, Tan founded Fortune Tobacco in the 1960s, a company that would lay the foundation for an empire spanning tobacco, alcohol, airlines, banking, and real estate. What started as a tobacco business grew into one of the largest fortunes in the country. The Tan family's portfolio extends far beyond tobacco. Through Asia Brewery, they control a significant share of the beverage market, and with the acquisition of Philippine Airlines, the country's flagship carrier, they became dominant in aviation. In banking, their wealth is anchored by Philippine National Bank, while their real estate ventures through LT Group Inc. include some of the country's most valuable properties.